What's up, YouTube? Mr. Limesy here, and today we're going to be reviewing my hardcore Sorceress personal best that we ran the next day. So literally, we just had one day of additional fun there, where we reviewed the previous run, didn't love it. The luck kind of really fell apart in the later stages, and so I decided, we'll keep grinding, and that gave me a lot of hope. And we were able to get something that still has plenty of room on it, still plenty of meat on the bone for us, but it at least felt nice. It was just a good feeling. So we take this top left map because, again, outside maps have correlations. So knowing the way that the Bloodmoor runs to the Cold Plains, runs to, that's a nice super chest to start, runs to the Stony Field, gives us information about our Dark Wood, about our Black Marsh, about our Tamo Highland, about our Outer Cloister, gives us information about our Lower Kurost and the exits there, gives us information about the Outer Steppes. Like, there's a lot of correlations that do exist with these. So that is, why we like to pick the maps that we like overall. We get our strangling gas potions right off the bat, so that's really nice. And right now I'm just kind of trying to ride high above the path so I can get a better look at shrines, so we can find a skill shrine or an experience shrine, which, again, in the Bloodmoor and in the Cold Plains, you'll find them most often. They're going to drop there more than in other places, just because not a lot of shrines will appear out here. So I have a shrine. I'm going to go back to town first. The reason is I want to get a little more value out of that shrine. And that's a really nice charm. I might end up selling it just to... And then that's also a nice charm. And I'm like, oh man, these are just great charms all around. So not enough money to shop for plus to charge bolt, really. If I sold that other charm, I could have potentially had money for it. But I figured 8 life, 7 light res on a hardcore run where you literally just have like no life whatsoever is pretty nice, right? That adds a lot overall. So it's it's one of these things with this run where you're so down bad on gear, you finish with like no gloves, no boots, one ring, one helmet. Like, you finish with so little stuff that it's just really nice. So Poison Shrine's pretty solid. This is actually one of my favorite shrines to get in the early stages, because you can just gather stuff in, and it's just some free kills. So it's actually probably the best shrine that you could have. Like, for Rakanishu as well and stuff, the best shrine that I could have for Rakanishu would be just a Poison Shrine, because I can just murder everything super, super quickly. So we'll get some more strangling gas potions just to top that up. The more stranglings, the better. I've really, over the course of running this, started to fall in love with the amount of strangling gas potions that I can find, because you can just do everything with it, right? There's just like so much value to be had with a few extra strangling gas potions. You can just run around and just gas everything on your way really quickly and just level up super easily. So I really want this skill shrine for Rakanishu here. Having that is just such a night and day difference with the kill speed, and if you're going to kill or if you're going to die. So I really do want that. And then I also have, it does run out unfortunately, but we at least get a little bit. And then I also have this waypoint just down below, and that's something I'm also very interested in. I keep having to just like, I've run out of space in my inventory, which is terrible here. So a little sloppy, I'd say, with my menuing and getting this completed right here. I do think I could be a little bit improved there. So I wasn't sure about it, but I thought, you know what? I actually do want to get 6 before I head forward, because I have all these strangling gas. Rakanishu can be a really nice place to do so. So I'm gonna, and it's a solid like waypoint to the shrine. I love being below, or not to the shrine, to Rakanishu. I love being right below Rakanishu. I feel like that just gives me like the best way of killing him. and his minions and stuff. So that is something that I really enjoyed and kind of helped play into my decision to just continue going forward there. So we do hit level 6, and now we can start gassing everybody up. And again, being full on all of these strangling gas potions, I can really just lay it out. There's even more that drop right there. I hope I pick them up, just so I can go even harder with it. I'm going to be sad if I don't pick those up. Okay, I do. But yeah, at this point, it's kind of a rush to both jail level 1, but also to leveling up at the same time. There's kind of this combination that's it's a really difficult and fine balance to figure out how much and when should I kill here versus when should I just get to the jail and kill at the jail. That's a nice underground passage, very fast, so we're out of there in a pretty good time. So that's something that I've also been really enjoying finding this balance on is, okay, what is the right, amount? What is the proper setup there? Because jail level 1, even at 6, if you can just throw down a bunch of strangling gas potions, you can just murder stuff really quickly and just get through super easily. Nice 1 mana per kill. It's great. But also on the way, if you can just drop a couple Frost Novas in a single strangling gas potion really fast, and you can gain a quarter level, a half a level, that can be also really beneficial. You get another super chest. Trying to click that small charm, but the pillar was in the way. So, there really is this fine balance between all of it, I would say. So anyways, into the Tamo Highland now. Here's where I'm like, okay, this is probably worth a little kill. I'm kind of testing it out. And that's pretty fast. And, we gained a quarter level or so off of just a couple seconds. So I do think there's some value in it, especially if you can get to level 7. Just the power difference between 6, 7, and 8 with Frost Nova. There's a big difference there. It's so fine. It's really a fine balance, and you just have to figure it out. I do think there's still something to be said for just charging ahead at 6 with really good strangling gas potions and just gassing up the champion fallen super fast and going for that. I think there's something to be said for it. We get a quick barracks here, which I really love. So we get into the jail at 7 minutes, which is fantastic. And then hopefully we can just get the waypoint, which we get right here. Just going to check. But no immediate champion spawn. So we go and check further. And there is not one. So normally I would say this is just a dead run. But I was feeling good. We're almost 7. We got in at a decent amount of time. Or a decent time, right? At 7 minutes there. It's only 7:30 right now. There's a champion pack right there. Unfortunately not fallen, though that would be a little far. So I decided let's push forward because level 3 is still a possibility. Obviously, we are going to be losing some time. And here you can see as well, I can just kill some regular fallens. And we can pick up that extra level, get to 7 on the way, which is nice. But, the idea here is, let's say that it's not the perfect run, but still a pretty good run. I think there's still plenty of value on it. And I accidentally put those points into vitality. I usually want to stop at 35 vitality and then just go rest in energy, but I messed up on that. So we get to jail 3. And do we have some group? We do. We have a fallen pack right here. And this is where jail level 3 can actually kind of work itself out. So we get to that fallen pack around 8:30. And again, I'm only 7, but I can just gas really heavily. It's almost not even worth casting a lot of these Frost Novas. It's pretty much just the Strangling Gas Potion show at this point. And now we can pick up level 8 and get ourselves a little bit closer. But here we can see we have an exit. So we can go here. We can pick up this waypoint. And it's a little bit slower, right? We lost a minute and a half or so from when we entered right there. But we can just go down and we can do the fight. Now, the problem with jail 3 is this is kind of almost your optimal jail 3. Just about. There's like a little bit faster. But this is pretty close to your optimal jail 3 being right here. So it's not like super ideal compared to a jail level 1 optimization. Because jail level 1, when you're optimized in jail level 1, you can literally have right here is your waypoint and right here is your guy. So you just go and it takes like 2 seconds. Whereas here, you have to go to the cloister, then you have to run up, go down to jail 3, right? We can count it out. So let's go here and let's count it. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, right? So it takes like 10 seconds for us to get down here of running. So that's every single run. You're adding in an additional 10 seconds. Obviously, there's no perfect 0 seconds, but the best runs are going to be like 2 to 3 seconds to get there. There's other times where you can get it in like, 5 seconds, 6 seconds and stuff. So this is, not optimal, but not the worst thing ever. Now, there's also something to be said again about the density of what you're getting at this jail. So that is something that's very important to think about is how dense is it? And when I say that, I mean the number of fallens that you get and the number of spawns that come with all of these fallens. I ran out of scrolls area. The number of spawns that come with. I'm really struggling with my inventory right here. So if you can roll like 4 fallens and then a bunch of champion minions to go with them, it can just be absolutely fantastic. You can get so much experience. If you just roll 2 and not many minions with them many times in a row, it's just a complete difference. So that's where that 10 seconds of each runtime can actually kind of be shaved off if you get really good luck. Like this was not a very good one right here, right? There was very few champions, very few fallen, just kind of minions to go along. So there wasn't a lot of experience in that run. But, if we can pick up, again, a few of the 4s that are stacked, all of a sudden this run is ahead. And we've kind of made up some of the time. So this is an example of a much better. Look how many fallen there are right here. And so we're starting at half that level there. And we basically gain an entire level at that point, which is really nice. So that's the sort of stuff you want. You want to be able to be getting a level each time. This is on players 8, yes. So if you were to stick on P1, it'd be, much worse. Like it would just take a lot longer. It's still good, but getting P1 there, not as good. So I think we're 13 here, and this is a little slow. We do get a ring, so we really would love to get FCR on that. I'm not sure it was worth stopping to kill that final champion. Sometimes you just want to go. Additionally, the champions are actually worth a little less experience, if I'm not mistaken, because the minions are going to be worth 500%, but the champion bosses are only worth 300%. So you really want to just focus on getting all those minions killed. And then, if there are a few other guys, you can kill them, but you don't always need to kill every single fallen, right? You just want to kill some of them. So you might say, why were you going with this run if it had those small delays? And I say, again, because one, it gives us more opportunity to have some good runs. That's really nice. A lot of fallen there. So it gives us more opportunities for some good runs. But additionally, it has still plenty of variance here, right? Not every run has to be the perfect run. If you're trying for that, 327 was talking about that. He said he gets 1 run a month because he aims for only the perfect run. So 1 run a month actually goes out, which is just awful. I think you can do a lot more with some of these less fortunate runs, which, okay, it doesn't have everything perfect here, but then you get you get some first ways, you get some great marsh skips, you get some really empty chaoses, you get 5 out of 5 wave skips, you just like get a few things here and there, and you can still run some really nice times. But I suppose if all you want is to run like sub 35 minutes and that's all, then, you know, you're really gotta have to run into these crazy lucky starts, which, you know, this is not a crazy lucky start. This was a very okay start, I would say. I don't feel like it was the luckiest start ever, but I don't feel like it was the unluckiest either. It had some decent gold. I don't think we had any plus to charge bolt though. The shrines were like, okay, nothing amazing there. And we're in level 3, you know. But there's still time. And that's the nice part. There's still some decent time saved to be had. And, you know, we're still making it happen. I feel like the density has been decent from these fallen packs. So how it finishes out will definitely say a lot. You know, you really want it to, in those last like couple levels, it just feels so much more than any other time. And by that, I mean, when you're like level 16 and 17, if you're going in and you just keep getting like 2 fallen group packs, it just takes forever to kill them. It's just like a miserable feeling. It's like, oh, I just need to finish. But here, like, we're getting 4 champion packs. So this is going to get us that level or close to it, you know? So that we're almost there. Almost there. And we're already 17, so 18 is coming right around the corner where we can start teleporting. So even with all of this and starting jail level 3 and everything like that, we're still going to be able to get out and get our teleport sub 15 minutes, which is great. So very happy about that. Pick up our 18. And because I have that jail or the inner cloister, I'm just going to exit out and then go get it right here. So set those. And now we can begin our teleports. So now it comes down to a little bit of catacombs and jail luck. I actually feel like it was okay in this run. Whereas in the past, I've had really terrible jail and catacombs. Let's see how good or bad this one is, if I remember correctly. Okay, pretty bad jail level or catacombs level 1. Maybe it was bad here as well. Okay, there's 2. Hard to remember. Okay, dead on there. No, okay, I go back this way and there's that. Yeah. So you just really want to be able to find them pretty quickly, and it was not a terrible catacombs. Which, again, when it's so important to have like a good jail and catacombs on these runs, because you're working off of these few light mana potions that you have and then lots of minor mana potions, and that's just a terrible feeling. It just does like absolutely nothing, and you just get absolutely slaughtered by it. So we end up at 1548, slightly ahead of the world record. However, the world record did do the den in Act 1. So that is going to be another like minute that we're going to have to add on to our time. So we're actually behind probably by about a minute or so. World record also has a pretty good Act 2. So I do believe we'll lose a little bit of time there. And then additionally, we have, yeah, just nothing really there. But we do get another chip sapphire. So whatever mana I can get, I'm just grabbing. And I want to try and find an FCR wand. And unfortunately, that one cost 89,000. So we got unlucky on this run. If I remember correctly, we got pretty unlucky with trying to find our stuff, right? Sometimes you get really nice, you get your FCR wand just right there and it's 4,300 and that's it. Sometimes you check 4 or 5 times and you just don't get it. And this was one of those runs where we just couldn't get it no matter what we tried. So that was unfortunate because FCR is massive, right? Being able to move up 1 frame, 2 frames, if you can get 10 or 20 FCR, just does so much. And I should have touched that well. I should have just telekinesised it. Because again, we're working on light mana potions. So you can see I can't do a continuous teleport here. Like, I literally have to do this pacing on it where you telly, walk a little, telly, walk a little, telly, walk a little, right? It's kind of annoying, but that's how it goes with light mana potions. Even with mana potions that you get in Act 3, it's similar, but yeah, and I should have just teleported up there and tried. I felt like I did, but I just didn't see it, but it's okay. So even with mana potions, you still have it. It's not until you get to the greater mana potions that you actually can just kind of telly a little bit more and just chug your potions along the way. So, that was a little bit annoying and frustrating, but that's what it was. So we'll keep rolling here. We did fourth way the dry hills, so unfortunately that took some time out. So again, like watching this in review, it's actually another nice feeling because I'm looking at this run and I'm looking at all the places that we didn't get lucky. And I'm like, well, yeah, we didn't get lucky there and we still were able to make it into something, right? Like, where's my maggot lair? We fourth wayed the Far Oasis as well. So we did find the waypoints at least, which is nice. But, oh man, do I fourth way the Lost City too? That'd be crazy. Okay, I guess not quite fourth way. So here, I'm really trying to just not go home, if possible, because it's like if you can save yourself a trip to town, it just does so much. So I'm trying to be super careful with my potions and my mana and just do enough so we can get there and have the perfect amount of mana to touch before we do go back. So that was really nice. I was very happy with that. I think we played really well on managing and got a little lucky. Until you have normal mana potions, does it help if you have FCR? Yeah, it still helps because you get it off still faster, right? Like everything is still faster. Your cast time on all the stuff that you're casting, whether it's a teleport, whether it's, a skill for whatever. So it just does improve it. So we load up on potions again. And I should have drank a potion right there. That was a little bit of my bad. And now we again have this search for the maggot lair where we got a little unlucky. I really thought it would be down here, but it was not. So yet again, a really annoying maggot lair where I'm confused because we've searched the entire map except this one tiny little spot. So we're still, in terms of getting all of everything, there's still room. And then the maggot lair does this, and so it's just long down that way. You know how maggot lairs are. They just love to be terrible. Nice level 2, so that's helpful. I'm still debating getting to 25 strength to wear a belt. That's still up for debate in my mind. Pick up that gold and exit out. And even with some of the downsides of this Act 2, which you could clearly see, just like fourth weighing multiple of the maps or third weighing at best, having, really like long to get to the maggot lair and then within the maggot lair, even with all of that, I feel like we're pretty well moving on our time. So I'm pretty happy with, watching this run right here, especially considering our gear, no FCR. I did forget the waypoint really fast. So that was a minor mistake. A couple seconds. And nothing up there, so don't get the first way. And we can see, this is, again, just kind of all luck. I did forget which way my jail level 3 was, I think. Was it to... No, that was the right way. My jail level 3 was to the top right, so that was the correct way to run to potentially give ourselves a couple more %. And unfortunately, we don't get a second way either. So, again, not getting super lucky. It's like I thought that I was a little bit luckier on this run, but now that I watch it, I'm like, man, I still wasn't lucky. I still am having a ton of just bad luck with these maps. Where's our first way? Where's our first way on these maps, you know? We do end up getting the summoner, and thankfully there's no monsters there. It's actually a pretty brutal place to be when there are monsters. And here I kind of run into a little bit of an issue, thank you, Cooley, in that I don't have any mana potions. So I have to actually go back to town and pick up some potions. Just really annoying. If that was the second way or first way, we would have had the potions. But on the third way, oh, we don't. And so that's a little bit of a time loss as well. And I decided to look for 10 FCR again, and we still don't get it. So time loss, just, you know, it's seconds, and just in all the places that it can be, right? There's so much that can be made up just by getting a little bit luckier, just by having, you know, anything. I also really do like having the mercenary with me down here because he'll pick off a lot of guys, you know, if there's just little like one-offs, which can save me mana for a single Frost Nova, which can be really nice. Again, I'm working with minor mana potions right now, so I have like absolutely no mana whatsoever, except just the tiny bit that I'm grabbing from this. And it just takes forever to reload. So we check really fast. And one more mob. So that took a little bit longer than I would love, but again, we didn't really have the potions. I wonder if I check again for an FCR wand. Let's see. I do. Oh my gosh, and I check for a staff as well. Oh my god. I can't get it. Yeah. That's crazy. That's so crazy. So we put enough for that quilted armor, and then we just go 1-1-1, and then max Nova, max static field after that. And now we can get our potions rolling. So I am running a little bit out of gold, which is just something to note, and something that I'll remember for Act 3 and a little bit the end of Act 2, because I do want to find some gold for, you know, potions, right? You just need continued potion use and such right there. Just checking a quick down. Looks like we're in a dead end there. And I feel like this map was actually not terrible, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see. Yeah. Pretty decent map in the tombs, actually. You can get some really nasty tombs that'll just take you everywhere. So I was pretty happy about that. And we've got our mercenary, so we're good to go. 4 energy over 1 energy. I'm kind of taking every little bit that I can. Give some of the thawing potions to our mercenary, so he gets 50 cold res for 1 minute. 30 seconds per potion that he drinks. And that'll allow him to stay alive, or at least stay alive long enough that I can do some killing right there. Not great gold, I don't believe, from Duriel, but it's okay. He definitely can drop worse. He can just drop like 6 scrolls of Town Portal or something, you know. So I'm happy to at least have some items. And we do have a ring, which hopefully has FCR. And it does. So we do actually pick up 10 FCR from that ring, which is really nice. So, you know, I do enjoy that. It also has 3 energy on it, which is a small boost. We have Vidala's 30 faster run walk, but unfortunately I'm not going up to 50 strength on this run. That's just like not going to happen whatsoever. So, you know, we did a little bit with it and we're happy enough. And then we'll just get some potions and keep moving forward here. So plus 237 coming out. You have to remember that about a minute of that came from the Den of Evil that we had to do compared to the world record where he did the Den of Evil at the start. Just a difference in strategy. So we ended up losing probably about a minute 50 or so, minute 45 in Act 2 there, which just makes sense given what all we had in that act, right? How many fourth ways we had or third ways, how many times it just took us forever to get so many pieces. You know, it just was a little slow in a lot of ways. So unfortunate. We do get a great march skip here though, which is really nice. And this is where we can also pick up a little bit of gold. So now we're going to be on the hunt for armors and all sorts of stuff that can drop out here. It also is very dangerous. This is probably one of the most dangerous parts of the run, I would say, as that Inferno. If you get hit with that, you just instantly die. If you get, you know, hit by a couple too many guys, you instantly die. You're constantly in hit recovery. And we don't have any of the stuff that gets us, you know, the additional pieces, right? We don't have additional FCR from stealth and FHR and all of that. We don't have any faster run to avoid these guys. Like this is what we have. So I am going to go back to town, 1 for a little bit of selling, 2 to try and see if I can pick up another FCR ring. Unfortunately, we do not. It does have some life and some energy on it and a little bit of cold res. I think like 25 cold res actually. So that's pretty nice. But otherwise, you know, it's a little bit annoying. Because I was really hoping to get 20 FCR there. That would have just been super nice. So we try and make that telly over. Sometimes you can just get a teleport right over that, and it can be super nice. And the density of this flare jungle is actually insane. There's the chainmail there as well, so I really do want to get that. So just massive density out here. More than I even really wanted. I just go down to players 1, but even with that, I wasn't even trying, and I hit level 20 right there. It just was so fast. There were so many mobs. So just gonna quickly check in for a waypoint in our flare, and we're able to get the waypoint. So that was nice. So far Act 3 has been very solid. I'm very happy with it. I think we've run it pretty well. Great density there. Got the skip. Nothing too crazy with like finding the flare jungle or flare dungeon or anything. So I don't know why I went up there. I know it's top left. Small mistake. And then we'll just grab that. Get some chain boots. Again, even if it's just worth a little bit of gold. Right now, a few more potions with gold can just do a lot. Now, I accidentally save quit here. It's not the worst thing ever because I did want to go back and go ahead and do this anyways and get potions. But TPing and going back is going to be slightly faster. So, you know, again, just like a couple seconds at most there. But, you know, seconds do add up. It is something you want to watch. And I'm level 20, so at this point, I don't need to kill anything else that I don't need to kill. So I'm pretty much just going to kill stuff that will clear the way for me. Otherwise, the goal is to just kill as little as possible and really get our teleport on. Don't get the first try sewers, but let's see. We do get the second try sewers, so that's nice. Sewer is not too bad at all. Again, overall, Act 3, I feel like really helped save us with the maps and really kind of kept this run alive. So that was definitely nice to have, was just a solid Act 3. Because I believe the world record also had a decent Act 3, but ours was a little better. Dive in on the Travancore here and try and just burst them down before all these Hydras and they're able to do too much. I was also really hoping for some gold here because I am really low on gold. I forgot I had that chainmail and almost die trying to get this in here working. So a little rough. Pick up the well, and here we just go to town and go get our mercenary again. Again, I like having the mercenary for Mephisto, and hopefully he can survive through Mephisto, and then you can just carry him right into Act 4 and keep going. I feel like it is kind of a mix and match of, if you want it, we get the perfect level 1, which is really nice. And level 2, I believe, is pretty decent, just right across there. So nice Durance maps for us. Normal Durance isn't usually that crazy. But right here, if you can just not have to like dodge around a little bit, it can just do so much. Unfortunately, Mephisto does use the charge bolts, which are very, very deadly and just kind of kill anybody who it touches. So you do want to avoid those. But we're able to get that down, and we do save about 40 seconds in Act 3, which I can't have a much better Act 3, honestly. That was a 6-minute and 6-second Act 3, and that feels pretty good. Like, you can maybe get a little under 6 there, but I feel pretty happy with running a 6-minute Act 3, especially considering I only had 10 FCR. If I was working with 20 FCR or something, sure, there could be a little bit more. But that's a pretty good one. Gets so sketchy in these runs? Yeah, it does. Now, Act 4 was kind of a nightmare. We got a little bit unlucky with our map spawns right here, which was super annoying. So the maps are just long, but I also didn't play it super well. So it's really, this is where the run kind of fell off of world record pace, and it just kind of became a, can we get a personal best? And the reason is, again, took way too long right there just to find our way. And then I'm down here, and now we find the forge, and now the River of Flame is not like wanting to cooperate and head that way at all, so we have to keep going up. And it just takes a while to get to the Chaos Sanctuary. So just a little unfortunate, but in the chaos, I'd say, is where I actually start really messing up. And so this is where I lose some of the time right here. I think we end up losing like a minute and some change in this act. And a lot of that just comes from this right here. So get our mercenary, get him a weapon, load up on potions again really fast. Try and get some health and mana. I think that was a good split on all that. Decent number of mobs over here, but we're able to get the jump on them, so it's not too bad. But here is where I end up kind of focusing a little bit too much on my potions and kind of picking stuff up. I thought my mercenary was going to be fine, and then all of a sudden he just gets like crit or something. He goes from, I mean, if you watch that, he goes from like 2/3 health down to no health like instantly, and then he's dead. So I thought he was going to be okay there, but when he dies, now it's just getting even worse, because now this means I have to fight Desace all by myself. All by myself. We're running around with no life. Like, it's kind of busy in here as well, so that's busy up there. I can't even telekinesis. It's juice. It's very spicy. I tried to pop it. It doesn't pop. I think I thought I popped it. Yeah, I did. Because I telekinesis or I clicked it, but this is always a sticky seal. It can be very hard to click it. So, yeah. That was just like a mess. Everything about what you just saw was a complete mess. And now I don't have any health potions. I don't have my mercenary to help out here. I have to go back. I have to kind of reset, slow down on this all. I don't have any gold yet to go get my mercenary because I've been struggling with gold this entire time. So now I have to come down here, sell, get our potions, then go back up and resurrect them again. This was a little unfortunate, I would say. I don't think I played it perfectly. I think I also got a little unlucky. And the combination of that is, just how it goes, right? Such is life. Pick up antlers, try and get a little bit of money there. At least there's nothing too bad down at Infector. So we are able to just jump in here and kill Infector and his spawns pretty quickly. So that part is nice. But you can see our time not looking good. We are plus a minute right now, and honestly, I don't even think the world record had the greatest time then if we're only plus a minute, because, man, just with everything, that really was brutal. So I think there's, definitely some time there to be shaved. But yeah, just going for the Diablo fight. Got to avoid his lightning always. That will melt you instantly. And his fire is actually pretty disgusting as well. So we pick all that up. Lots of money right there. With the 29XX, you know, and everything. That gives us tons of room here. Go ahead and resurrect Emilio. Take that forward, because we just want him to come with us. And again, I for some reason on these runs, I've been struggling to get through the waypoints, or not the waypoints, the cutscenes. So nothing really great. Load up on potions and just get ready to roll. Again, we're at plus 309. So at this point, world record is off, but we can still have a nice Act 5 right here and really try and work it through and get this time down. And honestly, I'm not sure I could have a much better time than I do end up having here, considering we killed Diablo at 3540. We gotta be moving pretty well. So let's go ahead and see. Again, we're just teleporting through. Everything about this is just teleport to the end. Try and avoid as much stuff as you possibly can. Load up on the potions here. But get to Baal ASAP. That is all we're at. Because we have level 20, and that's the required level that we need for the Ancients. So once we got that, nothing else really needed. So a decent crystalline passage, a decent glacial trail. They're like, you know, not perfect. They can be really close, but those are good enough. I'm very happy with those. And we can take this up here, get to the Ancient's Way. Get put in hit recovery. And a good Ancient's Way as well. So I like to dive right on top of Talik. And the main reason is a lot of times if you dive right on top of him, he doesn't actually whirlwind immediately. A lot of times he'll take a second before he starts his whirlwinding, if he can just like have your mercenary to hit. Sometimes he does. Sometimes he'll just whirlwind, obviously. It's just RNG. But I find that if you don't get him walking, a lot of times that can help. So you just kind of park your mercenary right on top, and then you can just do the rest. Decent Maddock, nothing too bad there. And now we're just rolling. We get a really nice Worldstone Keep level 1. We get a really nice Worldstone Keep level 2. Again, that's, you know, that is like the kind of luck that you want to see. And just miss on the level 3. If we could have had that, that would have been perfect. But that's the luck you want to see right there on a world record run or a really good run. Decent enough level 3 though. And go to Throne. And this is actually probably the most impressive part of the run. Is I go for wave skips here. But I also have to fight mobs as I'm wave skipping because I didn't fully clear it out. So we're down here doing our wave skips. And we get skip of wave 1. And now we're going for killing as we get our wave 2 skip. So like that is... And now we're killing again as we go and get our wave 3 skip. So that stuff is great. Like, man, being able to skip while fighting, that's fantastic. We go for wave 4 skip. Again, this is literally essentially like a frame perfect trick just about, where you are using exact timing to pop in and out of the throne perfectly. So Baal will try to cast a wave and then fail at casting said wave. And it'll move on. So normally there's, of course, the 5 waves there, but we get all 5 waves skipped. So now Baal will just go on, and we just get to fight him. Now, unfortunately, his first thing is to attack us and then dive away, which really sucks. So this was unfortunate. I do want to drink some thawing potions, as the Hoarfrost there is terrible. And then he immediately clones on us right afterwards, which also sucks. Because Baal and his minion together can just like one-shot me. I mean, you can see I'm already down to half health with that fire attack right there. That does so much. I forget what that one's actually called. So this is unfortunate. That Baal was being such a pain. Because sometimes he'll just chill. He'll just stand there and chill. But there we go. 41-21. That's fantastic. I mean, a 540 is 541 for Act 5. Beautiful right there. And again, I feel like that run gives us a lot of hope. Because what do we see from that run? We see a terrible Act 2, a decent Act 3 in terms of luck, a little unlucky in Act 4, but also some time waste. Act 1 was medium, but then it was a jail 3 instead of a jail 1. Act 5 was great. I mean, Act 5, again, you're not going to get much better. And then getting 5 out of 5 skips perfectly is hard. But, you know, such is life. You want to see the circlet? All right, we can see the circlet. 1 to Amazon skills. Not amazing. So, pretty solid. That was our new PB, which I knew I could get one. It's nice to get it right there. But I think that world record's right around the corner. I think in the next week we're snagging it. So, let's keep rolling. GG. Thanks for watching, YouTube. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Peace, everybody.